All right. It's your boy Jay Reason back again with another NFL Week 7 prediction video. Got my boys Jonas and Trebot in the building with me tonight. Make sure that you do smash that like, that thumbs up button. It is much appreciated, guys. And, of course, if you are new here, make sure that you do subscribe so you'll be updated with videos just like this for the NFL, NBA, MLB, and, of course, college. All right, tonight, guys, we got a lot. We got a lot to go over, a lot to talk about. Ron Snyder situation, Saints, Cardinals, Thursday Night Football, and, of course, our predictions. So, we're going to hop right into it. Ron Snyder, guys. Ron Snyder. What is going on? What is happening? And
all right, guys, we got a lot. We got
a little echo there.
Yep. Sorry, that was on my end.
Okay, we're good? All right, we good.
Yep, we're good.
All right, perfect. So, yeah, Ron Snyder, guys. Let's get into that. And
Dan Snyder.
Yeah, I'm thinking Ron Snyder. Dan. There we go.
Rob Snyder. You sound like South Park.
Rob Schneider.
Ron Snyder. South Park.
Rob
We
Schneider.
fired that.
I actually was just watching South Park too. That's why it's so funny, man. So yeah, Dan Snyder. Commanders. Ridiculous allegations. This man has supposedly so much information and can bury, as he says, the NFL and Roger Goodell. So let's get into that. Let's talk about it. You know, Panthers head coach, he dropped his own letter. It's amazing how they have these roundtable meetings and stuff's omitted and all that good stuff. So let's get into that, guys. What do you think, Jonas? You can go first.
Well, I don't think Dan Snyder is going to go anywhere. Like I was telling you guys way earlier, Jerry Jones and the great late Al Davis, they have a brotherhood. And most of these owners, they hang out with each other. They cater to each other. You know how teams come and visit the home team, they'll cater to them. They get their own box, their own suite.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Food, everything's free, basically. They do the same thing when they go to visit them.
Yeah.
It's quite funny, how Congress asked, Dan to show up for questioning, but Congress doesn't have nothing really to do with the NFL besides if they're not paying their taxes.
Right. When they're not getting their fair share, right? Getting their fair
right.
cut.
When they're not getting their fair share. So I don't get how Congress and them try to butt into something that they built. We got to keep that in mind. These owners, they built this NFL team before they ever thought about having a commissioner.
And that's true. That's true.
So, the fan base is huge. Maybe Congress and them are into it too. And I don't know what Dan could bury teams or whatever, but Jerry Jones surely brushed off the question when they asked him about Dan Snyder. But like I said, that they have a brotherhood. That's the reason why they have these, sit downs, these talks. They agree on things. They disagree on things, but it's behind closed doors. No one's getting in there. Media's not getting in there. Mm-hmm. The only time they get in there is when they're leaving or before they go in.
Right.
They're not inside there with the commissioner and all 32 owners.
So I think the biggest question, right, is always going to come down to why an NFL owner would be able to come out and say, hey, I've got this information on the NFL and Roger Goodell, right? This man owns a team. At the end of the day, right, you're not going to have someone that has that much influence, that much power, say something like that unless they really had something, right? Because I think at that level, you're basically going to either one, say stuff to protect yourself and your interest, and you're not going to say something that is going to make people question your integrity, right? Because there's a lot of money involved. There's a ton of money involved. There's a ton of influence involved, and he's got a lot of reach. So for him to say something like that, there has to definitely be be truth to it. Obviously, there's people tapping his shoulder like, "Hey, you need to shut up." Some people are tapping his shoulder saying that.
Yeah.
Because at the end of
and
the
it's kind of go ahead.
Well, no, I was just gonna say, because at the end of the day, like, if this news was to drop, whatever it is, and it's so damning that it can change the NFL and it could ruin people that are executives in the NFL and things like that, it not only affects them, but it goes downwards. It affects the team. It affects the play. It affects the biggest thing of all, the money, right? So I think that's kind of where this is at. And we're in this world now where if someone has information and news, they're either one trying to leverage it for money or power. And I think at this point, Dan Snyder is trying to leverage this information that he may have for more power, which could be more than just him keeping his team at this point. Go ahead, Trev.
Oh yeah. Well, I was gonna say, like how he kind of like made the metaphor where like the NFL is like basically a mafia, and him coming out in public and saying like, "Hey, I have all this dirt," is basically him just going to a restaurant, right? What he's doing is he's protecting himself in the eye of the public, right? So now the NFL can't get at him unless they make it public. So it's like he basically put a bulletproof vest on. He said, like, if you guys want to kick me out on Tuesday, that's great. Now the public is waiting to see what all dirt I have on you.
Yep.
So, I mean, it was a strong move, but at the same time, it also shows how desperate and weak he is. And this isn't the first time where Dan Snyder and controversy have been brought up. A few years back, he was accused by the Washington cheerleaders of withholding their passports after a London game, unless they attended a party with his billionaire friends. He wouldn't let them fly back with the team. And I mean, and it's been just downhill ever since then. Then the Gruden stuff came out, the Bruce Allen stuff came out, and it's just been I mean, the stadium's fallen apart on the fans. And it's just been a landslide ever since. And then he gets suspended, right? He gets his owning rights suspended. His wife takes over. His wife takes over, right? He was still calling the shots on the shadows. So this is definitely his last ditch effort to protect himself. Yeah. And, it's the backed him into a corner. This is his desperation attack.
But I think it's the owners that can and it's got to be like a certain amount to vote him out.
It has to be unanimous. There cannot be
it's got to be unanimous. Yeah,
it has to be unanimous.
And if he's got Jerry, well, now he don't have Al Davis, but if he's got Jerry Jones in his back pocket, he's probably not going nowhere.
Well, right. I mean, he could have just one. Right? All he needs is one person to be okay with whatever he's saying or got going on, and he keeps ownership.
I mean, this is how the AFL and the NFL, they merged together. These owners came together, and then they brought in some other owners that were like, hey, can we get in? That's when we got Jacksonville, and that's when we got Carolina, and then the old Browns, like they went to Baltimore. So when people say, "Oh, the Browns never won the Super Bowl," and like, yeah, they did. The '96 Browns that have moved to Baltimore, they've won 2 Super Bowls. That's the same Browns team because all the players went there.
Yeah. No, so it'll be interesting to see how this plays out. Obviously, people love controversy, and especially when it comes to the NFL. But hopping in the chat, what's up, guys? Shout out to Candace, Wendy, Wrench Gang in the building. Shout out to all you guys. Dave, what's up, man? How you doing? What's up, Ryan? Family in the house.
I can't read comments, so what's up, guys?
Yeah, what's up, everybody? Andrew says, didn't Roger Goodell say it's only 24 owners that need to vote against one? That's why they were saying.
That's to make like negotiations and contract negotiations, stuff like that, where it's 24. But in order to remove an owner, to change rules, to vote on who's in the rules committee. Ryan, what up, Ryan? I heard you be wilding out on. Anyway, Anyway, yeah. So in order to remove an owner who is the majority shareholder, which is also a thing, like he's also hiding behind his shareholders, right? So he's releasing more and more of his stock in the ownership of the team. So he's not the majority shareholder, which is super smart.
Yeah.
Because then if all this stuff with Gruden goes down, right? And Washington takes the fall for all of this, he can just be like, hey, I'm not the majority anymore. Right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
That's true.
So yeah, I said, it'll be.
I mean, he's very sneaky right now. Like all of his moves are just like straight out of a movie.
It's calculated. It's calculated.
Yeah.
You know,
it's not very well calculated. It's not the best.
Right? It's not the best, but it's calculated.
It's not the best. He could just sell his ownership of the team and just be done with it, you know, instead of just doing all this nonsense.
Yeah.
But
well people
the
love,
NFL is the most.
Well, I was gonna say people love publicity, you know, and like I said, when you have whatever kind of information or news that he has, you try to leverage it for whatever you can, whether it be money, which he already has. But I think right now it's just for the power. So we'll
that, and he's getting his cut. You know what I'm saying? Like no matter what you believe in about football, and the NFL is the most lucrative business there is in our country right now.
Yeah.
And it's only growing. I mean, they're pushing for an international division now. And it wasn't too long ago, Washington was getting accused of cooking the books, right? And they were stealing from the owners. So, like, let's remember all these stories that date back for years now about Dan Snyder. It's not just one thing, right? He has an entire laundry list of things going back against him. Yeah. And so now he's just willing to throw whichever billionaire gets in his way.
Yeah, yeah. G Young says, "Yo, what did I miss? What's the subject you guys are talking about?" G Young, we're basically talking about the Dan Snyder bombshell news information in regards to whatever information he has that could ruin top executives and team members in the NFL. We were just addressing that and going over that news and information. Shout out to the Purple in the building. What's up, Purple? How you doing? Got the family.
So have we been keeping updated on the how we did last week on our picks?
You guys skunked me. Just absolutely dog walked me. I think I got like two. I got the Chargers and the Eagles. Outside of that, I just went full. I mean, 49ers lost.
Yeah.
I guess we did. We all took the
Vikings, we all took the 49ers, I think. We all got cooked on the 49ers.
Yeah, that's what I was saying about it. I was like, man, I knew I should have picked Atlanta. But they didn't have what's his name suited up, Kyle Pitts.
Yep.
If he wasn't questionable.
Yep.
I don't know what happened. Like their offensive line just ate their Wheaties, man. Everybody showed up.
You guys did get New England. I didn't. I went Cleveland. New England just spanked the crap out of them.
I need bragging rights for calling that Jets game. I need bragging rights for that.
You're fired. You're fired. There's bragging rights.
Yeah, I need some bragging rights too.
I called it. I said you guys are gonna be so surprised. Jets are gonna win that game. It's gonna be upset of the week, and it turned out to be upset of the week.
Oh yeah.
It was.
Oh yeah, hands down.
It was a huge upset of the week.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think anytime the Jets win, it's an upset, right? I don't think they're the Jets they used to be. They started winning. Somebody needs to tell them to stop.
Pretty much. All right. So, Saints Cardinals preview. Saints Cardinals preview tomorrow, Thursday Night Football. Both teams are 2-4. Arizona 2-point favorites. What do you guys think? We've got a matchup predictor here. Saints 37.6%. Arizona 61.9%. Arizona Cardinals couldn't wait until we got on this subject. He couldn't wait. Passing yards, Winston 858 yards, 4 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Murray 1,463 yards, 6 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Here's what's so crazy. You've got Murray putting up this much production, and Arizona just cannot figure it out. How crazy is that?
That's every
What's crazy
season,
to
right?
me is how do the Saints always end up getting two good wideouts and they're always out? Michael Thomas is out.
Mm-hmm.
Jarvis
Olave.
Landry is out.
Yep.
Chris Olave was out last week.
Yeah. Last week, he was out too.
The real question is, how terrible can your offense get and your defense still carries you, right? Because that New Orleans defense has just been carrying them for
forever.
I mean, since, even since before, like even while Breeze was still there, the defense was just carrying them.
Yeah.
Is Red Rifle still the starting quarterback?
You know it.
For the Saints.
Yep.
Still winning games for teams that aren't paying him.
Yep.
Bad news, dude.
Yeah, it is bad news.
Yeah.
He goes and gets Dallas a couple wins. He goes and gets the Bears a couple wins. He goes and gets the Saints a couple wins. And it's just like,
get a buck.
no. I think he gets knocked out every season, actually. He gets like some concussion, right? And then
in Dallas, man, a defensive player straight stepped on his hand as he was sliding, and I think it was intentional.
Well, yeah, and that's the tough thing about the game, right? Like you can make stuff look like it's not intentional, but it's definitely intentional, right? If you played the game or if you've been in situations, stepping on somebody's hand, elbowing them in the chest, like you can make certain stuff look like it's.
See, I want to pick the Saints so bad, but man, I don't want to go against D-Hop, man. That guy is something else.
Hopkins has something to prove this week.
Yeah, he's a good wideout, man. He's going to be one of those elite wideouts when it's time for him to go. He's going to be like a Larry Fitzgerald. Will he ever get a ring? We'll never know.
So Arizona says Prater is a game time decision. If he can't go, Blankenship will kick.
Rodrigo Blankenship, good man. I still can't believe the Colts released him. That kid was so good.
I'm gonna be a little biased here. When I forgot which game it was, because I think I'm traumatized from it. But when he missed that field goal in that game, and I had good money on that game, I was so mad. I wanted to break his glasses that game.
Oh, is that what it's? Is that what it took for him to get fired? Somebody had money on the
Somebody had money on the game, and he got fired because he missed that kick, man. I was so mad.
Right, and he was solid the year before.
Yeah, and it was from like the 25. Yeah. It was like right there.
But now he's back up to. Yeah, now he's back up to Matt Prater, who I mean is probably one of the last like legendary veteran kickers in the league.
Yeah.
Matt Prater and Ryan Sukup and Dan Carlson, like those older guys that have just been Mason Crosby.
Yeah,
they've been kicking for like 20
forever.
years.
Yeah, Prater's been kicking forever, man. I definitely respect. Right. I respect Prater.
Kind of like kicker. Tucker.
Yeah.
From the Ravens.
Yeah.
Well, Tucker. I mean, he hasn't been in the league that long, right?
No, he's been in the league for quite a while.
Yeah, Justin Tucker's been in, I think, over 10 years now.
Tucker
right?
He even won the Super Bowl with Ray Lewis, and
it's been a long time.
They just drafted Mosley out of Alabama.
You're
now
right.
Mosley, he plays for the Jets.
Mm-hmm.
So he's been in the league for quite a while.
Okay, so we got Arizona Saints. They're going to be playing tomorrow, Thursday Night Football. Arizona's 2-point favorites, minus 135 on the money line, plus 115 on the money line for the Saints. 44 is the over and under. I'm going to be honest here, guys. I think Kyler takes this and he uses Hopkins. I think Hopkins comes back with a vengeance.
Yeah. Let's see who else. JJ's back. How are they doing on defense? They get Humphreys back. Is that right? Let me see the full injury report here. I mean, clearly we take Arizona, right? This should be one of those not even a hard choice, right?
The problem is Arizona's only averaging 19 points per game, but they're giving up 23.
Yeah,
they're giving up 23. Yards passing's 245. Yards rushing's 119. Yards allowed 249. So they've got a good rushing defense. Passing is so-so. But that's why we're looking at a close game. 2 points. Arizona's going to edge it out, though.
See, James Conner's still questionable. See what it says here about him. It says he might play. As of now, James Conner is listed, but he won't be starting. It'll still be Benjamin. Benjamin will be starting. Conner might get some game time, but he might be practiced in full Wednesday.
Yeah, Benjamin's starting. Ingram is the backup. Arizona just said that in the chat there.
So they did pull him?
Yeah, looks like it.
Well,
I mean, that's fair.
Be Seattle, but the Cardinals can't be Seattle.
So what are you guys thinking?
Cardinals, right?
Yeah, I'm going
I'll do Cardinals. I'll go Cardinals not only because it's the most logical pick, but because, Arizona's in our chat right now.
Look at that. Arizona Cardinals. We're riding with you, bro. We're riding with you.
Big shout out, my dude.
Shout out to you, Arizona Cardinals. We're rocking with you, bro. We're rocking with you on this one. We think your Cardinals are going to take it against these Saints.
Yeah, and Lattimore is out as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and that's huge. That's huge for Saints defense. Without a doubt.
I'm going to go Cardinals.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's our first pick Thursday Night Football. We've got the Cardinals taking it tomorrow. All right. So Sunday. Ooh, 3-3, 1:00, Falcons, Bengals. And as much as I've discounted the Falcons last week, Marcus Mariota, cooking boys out here. He shut everybody up.
He won NFC Player of the Week, Offensive Player of the Week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like 129 passing yards, 3 touchdowns. It was nuts.
On a week we betted against him unanimously.
Dang, Hurd, Chase, and Higgins are all questionable. It's like they don't have Tyler Boyd.
Oof. So I mean, Higgins, Chase, Hurst, Bailey, Wilson. Bengals are still favored by 6.5. Over and under is 47.5.
I'm gonna go with Atlanta.
But what's funny is this is one of those trap games, and you know what I'm talking about, right? Because it's like Mariota comes off a great week, and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, here we go, Atlanta, yes." And then Bengals find a way to stop them, and they win the game. Right, so this one's going to be about
Cordell Patterson and Drake London and Kyle Pitts are pretty solid guys.
They are, but I think that the Bengals defense may step up in this game to give Burrow a chance to win it.
Do you think the Bengals defense is better than the San Francisco's front four?
Oh, here we go again. All right. I thought it was any given Sunday, guys.
It is any
flush
given
it.
Sunday,
Flush it and let it go.
But, I mean, Atlanta's got a good defense, too.
That's true. Purple says, right, they're not going to win 2 in a row. And then Arizona says, I think Burrow's X factor. That's what I'm saying. Like, I think that.
And they're underdogs? Yeah, I'm definitely going with Atlanta.
Well,
because I mean, if two players are already injured, Higgins and Chase. I mean, if they get injured, that's it.
This is why I love you. This is why I love you, Jonas. Because you're like, oh, they're underdogs. I'm definitely taking.
He's like,
Atlanta.
yes, definitely taking them. Definitely taking them. All right, let me put this in the notepad because I gotta save this because I hate going back and forth. I gotta save this. J Love says it's a trap game. I said it. I said that's the first thing I said. I said it's a trap game, but hey, nobody wants to believe me. It's fine. It's fine. I can take a team by myself on week 7. That's fine. That's totally fine.
There you go.
Oh, we got the bots coming through? Nah, we can't have this on a chill stream. Dang. Yeah. All right. So we all had on the first one, we all had the Cardinals, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So we all had the Cardinals. On this one, I'm going Bengals. I'm going Bengals on this one against the Falcons.
Now, which one of you the boys do I like more is the real question. I think I'm going to go Purple says go with Joe. See, that's the trick, right? Like, because every week, every game we pick has basically been a trap game. So it's really just flip a coin, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, my insides are telling me to go Bengals. So I'm just going to take the Bengals. I'm going to ride with Jay on this one. And then when Jonas proves us wrong, he gets to laugh. And that's why he's my favorite, man. That's what Jonas. That's why Jonas got a special place, man.
So Jonas, you locking it in? You going Atlanta, bro? Jonas, we may have lost Jonas.
Oh, guys, rip.
Jonas. We lost Jonas. All right, we'll keep it going. Dang. I'm pretty sure he picked Atlanta though. Pretty sure he did. Atlanta.
The last thing I heard from him was we're going
the underdogs.
Yeah, I'm taking Atlanta.
All right.
Yeah, I'm back, guys.
Oh,
he's back.
I had to take care of my babies.
Oh, okay. All right, perfect. So
yes, I'm definitely going to Atlanta.
All in Atlanta. Okay, cool.
All in on Atlanta.
He said all in. Chips all in on Atlanta. All right. Next. Ooh, this is gonna be a good one. Now Dak is supposed to come back. Dak's supposed to come back for the Lions Cowboys.
You don't have to ask me who I'm going for.
Yeah, we know. Jonas is going with his Cowboys.
Right.
And I'm going with the Lions. So.
All right. So wait a minute. Are we saying that if Dak plays this game, Cowboys are automatically going to win? Or if Cooper Rush plays this game, it's going to be pretty much even, and then the Lions are going to pull it off? Is that what we're saying right now?
I'm saying Dak's going to lose this first game.
I'm going to say Micah Parsons and his defense are going to get a few interceptions. They're sacked, pick it up, score.
Purple knows how it is. Purple gets it, man.
I'm gonna be honest. I think if Dak comes back this game, they're gonna win it for a couple reasons, right?
Yeah.
Cooper Rush is coming off a loss. Dak is like, hey, this was my job in the first place. If things are scripted, right? If things are scripted, it's set up so that Cooper loses, and then Dak comes back in to win and save the day. Right.
I don't think that just because Dak comes back, we win it. Because I know, like, we didn't challenge that first down with CD Lamb. Had we would have challenged that and got the first down, if Micah Parsons didn't do that, after he broke up the pass on Dallas Galbert and not do that and give him an extra 15 yards, or Dante Flower not to hop the line when it was 4th and 5. You probably had a different ball game. So even I've seen players throw 3 interceptions and still come back to win the game.
That defense is what saves Dallas. So I will say this, and I think I'm going to prove my point here. If you look at what the Dallas defense was able to do to the Eagles in the first half of that game before they completely ran out of gas. That is what puts me in favor of Dallas alone. Now, granted, Dak comes in, he may ball out. If Cooper rushes in, it's probably going to be a little bit more even. But if that Dallas defense is able to continue what they're doing, then and Dak gets in, it's going to be an easy win for Dallas.
Yeah, because he still got Tony Pollard and Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah.
To hand the ball off every once in a while.
All right, so I'm going Dallas. Jonas is obviously going Dallas. That's without a question. Trev's going Lions. Trev is going Lions.
No,
I'm gonna solo these Lions.
You just shut up, Trev. Put that duct tape on your mouth.
I'm gonna solo these Lions.
All right. Next up, Colts and Titans. Titans are 2.5 favorites.
Before we move on, we're just gonna let Trev be a Detroit Lions fan. He can't be a Kansas City Chiefs fan. He's a Detroit Lions fan.
Oh man, I love Detroit.
We're writing it.
I mean, like, I know they have like terrible. They've had like terrible seasons and stuff, but I think with the introduction of Dan Campbell and like just watching them interact with each other, like on Hard Knocks, man.
Yeah.
Like you can't help but root for them. You know, it's like taking the Cubbies.
Well,
like,
I mean, yeah, I can't wait to see that Williamson that they drafted. You know how they jumped from 32 all the way up to what was it, 12 or 13, and they got the Alabama product.
Mm-hmm.
Can't wait for him to come out.
So, what are you guys thinking for Colts Titans?
Titans. I'm never betting on the Colts this season.
Well, you should have bet on them last week. They sure did win.
No, Purple. I wasn't talking on the Cubbies. I'm a huge Cubbies fan, but you got to. What I was saying was you got to root for those organizations that hardly ever win, but you see them put in all that effort, all that energy. You got to respect it. That's why I'm a Lions fan. It's not. Otherwise, I mean, I would never pick the Lions to win anything. That's all I was saying, Purple.
All right. Before we get off topic,
but anyway,
Colts, Tennessee. Travis obviously not going for the Colts. Don't tell Lute.
No.
Don't tell Luda. You
Don't
said
let him
that.
lie. We know he hugs his pillow at night and picks the Colts.
Yeah, I need to see some passion. I need to see their energy. I need to see a change, right? I need to see a change out of the Colts.
Purple,
you gotta earn my love.
Purple, you have to renounce.
You
got to renounce those Bears. Purple, you're now a Bills Mafia member.
You are not a Bears fan.
You are a Bills Mafia member now.
You sold your soul to the devil.
The linebacker for the Colts. Now, when he's in play, man, that defense plays totally different. Like they play up at keep with him. Like he's the idea linebacker that you want. Kind of like, LT back in his days.
Yeah.
Kind of like Luke Kuechly.
Yeah. TJ Watt now, it's just like the Steelers fans
and stuff like that. Because
like
the idea
Steelers
of a
fans are
linebacker is to hit the quarterback, hit the hole, meet the running back, and also coverage.
And drop back.
If you can do all three of those, you're like the idea of a linebacker. You're like the best, like AJ Hawk and
yeah. Okay.
And
so,
but is getting one guy back gonna change their entire offense too?
Well, it's the way he. If you ever watch a Colts game, I've watched plenty of Colts game with Leonard. It's the way he directs it. The front line is secondary. Like he plays with that passion. Like he's the quarterback. You know what I mean? But just on the defensive side. So he's making sure people are in their spots, what to look for.
So he's the X
factor.
You know what I mean? He's the X
factor. He can't do that. Sit on the sideline. I'm sure he can give him some like ideas, but when he's on that field, that defense is something else, man.
Yeah. So
no, I agree too.
49% for the Colts, 50.1% for Tennessee. Jonathan Taylor's questionable. Shaquille Leonard's questionable.
They're playing at Tennessee too.
Yeah, another 2.5 point game.
Questionable.
It's another trap. It's another trap game. This week is full of trap
It's
games.
a rival. Remember, it's the rival game, so it doesn't really matter about who's got the best score, because these guys play each other twice. I mean, look at Jacksonville. Jacksonville murdered the Colts, and then Jacksonville went to the Colts and they lost by 7.
I see it like this.
I see it like this.
Right now, Titans are allowing 23 points per game on average. 23.6. The Colts are only allowing 20. I think I got to ride with the Colts.
Tennessee's on a 3-game winning streak.
And the Colts may stop it this Sunday.
They just played each other just 2 weeks ago, 24-17 at Indianapolis, and Tennessee won.
Well, there's a big word about, it's called payback. Someone's going to play harder after they lost.
Tennessee had a lot.
Only if I knew if Leonard was playing, man, I would definitely pick the Colts. I would.
Well, I mean, we got plenty of time till Sunday. He might be able to play. You can change your pick,
Just don't put in that parlay just yet. You got to look at the score with the Jacksonville game, right? They scored 34 points and beat Jacksonville 34-27. All right. Tennessee is allowing 23, only scoring 20 points. So, are you guys telling me that Tennessee's better than Jacksonville?
No.
Okay, then.
They should be.
They should be, but they aren't.
They were the number 1 seed last year. I mean, Vrabel won Coach of the Year. They had the most injured roster in the entire league.
But the question is always, what have you done for me lately?
I'm taking Indianapolis. Look at Matt Ryan. Matt Ryan has thrown 1,765 yards to 965 yards.
I'm going Colts.
No, I'm going to go Colts.
Do you bet against the guy who just broke Marino's record? And that's where I'm at right now. It's like,
yeah,
but it really is. What have you done for me lately? Like, I back the Colts every damn week, and they let me down sometimes, just playing awful football.
Right.
They let me down.
And it'll be that 1 week.
Last year. I thought they were going to be win and in, and boy, did they stink it up in Jacksonville. And I mean, and Jonathan Taylor was on fire like the four straight games before they got to that last game. It was like, oh no, we're not going to hand it to him.
Yeah. Well, if you guys are going Colts, I guess I'll ride with you, and then I'll just be so disappointed in you boys if.
Right. Yeah, Derek King Henry just comes out. Hey man, I'm gonna go ahead and rush for 175 yards.
Yeah, 3 touchdowns, 170 yards.
3 touchdowns. Throws a touchdown.
Team once again.
Puts up 65 fantasy points against me.
Right.
Yeah, right. I'm just gonna be staring at you guys.
Listen, if you want to take the Titans, take the Titans. We're not forcing anything on you. I'm you know me. I'm an analytics guy. Kick the field goal. You win the game. Kick the field goal.
Yeah.
Right. I'm an analytics guy. I'm from the analytics. It looks like the Colts take this. If you want to take the Titans, man, take the Titans.
All right, Colts. You peer pressured me into it. All right, the Colts. One
last time. One last ride. It's like that last bank robbery, and like they've already made out. They've already made out with like millions of like one last time, and then they all go to jail.
Yeah. I'm not doing it for the money now. I'm just doing it for the adrenaline high.
All right. Next up, Packers Commanders. They got to win this. Packers have to win this game. If the Packers do not win this game, oh man. Packers Commanders. This is a must victory for Aaron Rodgers. A must victory. I can't stress that enough. If Aaron loses this game, he may break a tablet on that sideline.
It's really cold up there too.
Mm-hmm. Are they in Lambeau?
No, they're in Washington.
No, they're in Washington.
No, they're in
It's
Washington.
going to be cold there too.
Oh, Washington's going to lose in Washington. There's no way.
I heard in Indianapolis, like last week, it was already snowing.
Yeah, it's cold. It's cold here. It was like 40 degrees outside yesterday. Right now,
It's 20
it's,
degrees this morning here.
It's 40 now. It's cold.
You never pick the team that's got mad controversy the week of a game, right? Like that's just my thing. If the organization's going through some dirt in the middle of the week, don't take that team.
So
It's also I'm out. I'll take Packers all day.
Yeah, I think we're all going Packers on this one. I'm pretty confident in that. Unless Jonas, you're feeling some other way.
Jonas is the wild card. Jonas is
always the wild card.
Listen, Washington's got 4 first-round defensive linemen sitting right there. Sweat, Jonathan, what's his name? Young. So, man. And Aaron Rodgers, he ain't getting any younger.
This is a must
the team
win
ain't getting
game.
Any better
This is a must win game for the Packers. Like, listen, I'm pretty sure
It's a must win game for the Washington Commanders as well.
Yeah, but
their season.
Yeah, I mean they're.
Yeah, I'm going Green Bay.
What are you going to do? Are they going to beat Philadelphia in the playoff? If Washington makes it to the playoffs, it's because Dallas messed up, is what I'm saying. Yeah. Dallas messed up somewhere to let the Commanders in.
Pretty much. Bad thumb means bad control.
It says the Commanders are 2-4, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But their first 4 games they've lost. Where did they win the other game? They only beat Chicago.
They won last week and they won the first week, right? They won week 1.
The first week. That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the first week.
That's right. Yep.
And that's not saying much considering you won 12-7 against. And that was a punch show, right? It was a punch show.
Mm-hmm.
What about the points per game? You see that Green Bay is just 0.8. They're both even on 17. They're both points allowed.
Yeah, but look at the points allowed, like 22.5.
2 point. Yeah. 2.0 basically.
Carson Wentz is out. He just had surgery. Chase Young will be out. He has to see a surgeon one more time.
So it's going to be kind of what is his name? Heineke.
Heineke will be quarterback.
Heineke will be the quarterback.
They have 3 different tight ends out.
You know what? I'm going to go Washington.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I like Heineke. Even though I don't like the Washington, I think he's a pretty good quarterback. He did good last year.
I mean, he deserves that starting position way more than Carson Wentz does. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why they just like, no, Heineke, we're going to reach out and get Wentz and give up draft picks.
All right, so Jonas going with Washington, me and Trev going with the Packers. All right, next, Buccaneers, Panthers. This should be an easy victory. This should be an easy victory.
They just played the Steelers and lost, dude. They just played the Steelers and lost. Tom Brady got whooped.
Baker Mayfield had 4 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. What is Baker Mayfield doing against that Buccaneers defense?
Well, Sam Bradford's supposed to be coming back too.
There's like nothing to say after that.
The only reason why Christian McCaffrey is so injury prone is because Carolina used and abused this young man for several years when they didn't have a decent quarterback. You know what I mean? And once you get wearing and tearing, like you become injury prone.
See,
But this he's doing pretty good, man. He's leading in rushing, he's leading in receiving.
What's up, D. Donaldson? So, I mean, Mayfield's got 962 yards, 4 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Brady 1,652 yards, 8 touchdowns. Brady's coming off a loss. Do you really think he's going to go down to Carolina and have a remotely close game? Now, I will say this.
Well, we might watch him yell at his offensive line again.
Yeah, but that's what Brady always does. He always yells at his offensive line, no matter what.
Bro, you could tell he was heated. Well,
I mean, he was just trying to pep talk the boys. He was like, you guys are effing better than this.
He's like, hey, I ain't buying dinner for like the next 3 days.
What were y'all doing while I was at a wedding?
Tom ain't gonna feed us.
Yeah. It's an 11-point spread. Listen, if you're betting, for my bettors out there, don't take the spread. Just
don't take that.
Yeah, don't take the spread. The Bucs will win, but just don't take the spread.
Yeah, and if they win, it'll be so close. It'll be like surprisingly close. The Bucs have a lot of problems going on right now, and not really any of them have to do with Tom Brady. So we could literally take him off the field, right? Mm-hmm. The Bucs are still in a bad situation. And so to me, if this was any other team besides Carolina, who is literally a dumpster fire right now, I would take the other team. But I guess this week I'm just going to take the Bucs again. No, that spread ain't going to be 27-3 Arizona. There is no way this team is going to be put together that quick.
What's up, BK Rhoda? Rhoda. BK Rhoda says, what's good, bro? What games are you looking forward to the most this week? To be honest, what we have on the screen, I'm looking forward to that Giants-Jags. That's going to be a great one. That Chiefs-49ers, and that Steelers-Dolphins. Those 3 games, the ones that we're streaming this Sunday, those are going to be crazy, without a doubt.
I'm gonna ride with Tommy Boy. I'm gonna take the Bucs.
Yeah. Like I said, if it wasn't Carolina, I would take the other team, but.
Yeah, it's Bucs across the board on this one.
And their defense is supposed to be good, Immortal. They're supposed to be good. But the
Steelers got a decent defense themselves. Now, offensively, yeah. That they're so. I'm surprised they even pulled off that win.
Yeah.
But they do have a decent defense.
Remember how easy it was
rookies over there.
So next,
I was gonna say, how easy it was for us all to pick the Bucs last week, right? And they lost. So I'm not doing that ever again, right? I'm gonna take my time when I'm considering the Bucs.
So you going Panthers this week? Are you gonna go Panthers?
God, no.
All right,
dude.
so we're going unanimous Bucs again. We're going unanimous Bucs again.
I just wanted to highlight that Tampa Bay ain't it. It's not like they're going back to the Super Bowl. They might squeak a playoff just because they're in that terrible division.
Yeah,
they ain't it.
G Young, on the screen, bro. The games that you see on the screen, I put the stream schedule on the screen.
Did you really?
Yeah. Giants, Jags, Chiefs, 49ers, Steelers, Dolphins. That's going to be Sunday. Obviously, we're doing tomorrow, Thursday night football, Saints, Cardinals, and then Monday night football, we're doing the Bears, Patriots. So that's the next 5 games that we're streaming. What do we got? What do we got here? Apporatory says, do your guests have track records? Yes.
That's why we do this.
You think I'd have these boys on here if I didn't believe in these guys and stand by what they're saying? 100%. 100%.
Hey, Who remembers that time we were listening to the Vikings game, and I said Xavier Rhodes going to take a pick, and sure enough, Xavier Rhodes picked the ball off. Who remembers that?
I remember it.
Yeah.
You're ridiculous.
All right, guys.
Called it before it happened.
We're all going Bucks on the Bucks Panthers. Next up, Giants Jaguars. I really, really like this. Danny Dimes is 5-1. Jaguars are 3-point favorites. I think Danny pulls it off again.
72.6 to win. Wow.
I think Danny Dimes pulls it off again.
The Giants just what? Beat Baltimore and Green Bay back to back. Now, the Bears, we know it's the Bears, but and Jacksonville's on a 3-game losing streak, and they lost to Indianapolis, Houston, and of course, Philadelphia is on fire. So
3-point game, 42 is over and under. I think Danny and company, obviously Saquon's questionable, what he's going to play. I think they're on their way to 6-1. I think that
Giants by 3.
Yeah, I think that the Giants will make it to the postseason. It's a hot take.
Unless Josh Allen picks him off.
True.
Who remembers Jacksonville and Buffalo, and Josh Allen was throwing the ball to Josh Allen.
We haven't heard much of Josh Allen's name. The other Josh Allen. We've only been hearing one Josh Allen this year. Last year we heard both.
Just threw it to Josh Allen.
Yeah, last year we heard both. This year it's only one Josh Allen being talked about, and he's about to be the MVP of the year. So
the Jacksonville Josh Allen is doing really well with that defense so far this year. Last week was the first time a team has really and I wouldn't say the Colts dumped on them, right? They didn't dog walk the Jags. This Jags team is coming up. We really shouldn't take our eye off of them. They're nowhere near my division, and they're not going to win the Super Bowl, so it's not a problem.
I think I'm going to take Jacksonville. They are at home, and Saquon Barkley is questionable to play.
But he was questionable last game, too.
I think he's questionable every game.
Yeah, it's like a game-time decision, basically.
Basically the same way like Christian McCaffrey. The Giants are just abusing the boy. Last year, he broke his ankle or
ACL.
He was playing against Cowboys, and that ankle was swole, almost like a softball sitting on the side of his ankle.
Here's what I'm looking at. Jaguars are allowing 256 passing yards. Giants are only allowing 205. So unless that rushing game plans to put in the work for the Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence is going to have a long day.
Well, what about the rush yards allowed? Look, New York is giving up 144, and Jacksonville is only giving up 89.
But that's what I'm saying.
There's 72% is on Jaguars right now.
Yeah.
But you know who makes that number. We know who makes that number, right, guys? Come on.
Vegas?
Who makes that number? You know who makes that number.
Christian Kirk, man, he has helped this team out tremendously coming from Arizona over here.
Arizona Cardinals saying 28-21 Giants. This is a tough one. I know it's a tough one.
Giants don't have Sterling Shepard.
But they just won without him. They beat the Packers without him.
Yeah, well, they beat the Packers and Baltimore without him.
Yeah. So Sterling Shepard's like a non-factor right now.
You got to remember, too.
It's just Sterling Shepard. It's not like we're talking about they lost Devontae. Come on. Like at best, Golden Tate. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, they lost Shepard. Calm down. Oh, it's like sorry. Hey, you're probably a great person in real life, but I'm just being real.
I'm taking the G-men. I'm taking the G-men hands down. I'm solid on that.
Taking the G girls. G girls.
I'm taking the G-men. I'm going with the
2-0
Giants.
away. 5-1
Yeah, the
right now.
girly
They're
men. Yeah,
super
you're
hot.
taking the girly men.
I just feel like you're at a point right now to where you've got the chemistry. You're coming off a big win against the Packers, big win against the Ravens. You're not going to slow up on the Jacksonville Jaguars. I just don't think I don't think it's going to happen.
I mean, the only stat they're really beating Jacksonville at that I'm seeing here is average yards rushing, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and their defense is a little bit. I mean, Jacksonville's only allowing 89 yards of rushing a game.
But it goes back to what I said, 256 yards passing. So if Danny can pass, which he's a quarterback, right? He's going to throw the ball. He can throw the ball. So they're going to get ate up in that secondary.
So, but Trevor Lawrence is throwing 76 more yards than Danny's got 9 TDs and 4 interceptions versus his 5 TDs and 2 interceptions.
Yeah, but the defense for the Giants are allowing much less pass yards than the defense for the Jaguars are.
But I mean, that means maybe Christian Kirk burns them.
It's listen, any given Sunday, anything's possible.
Any given Sunday.
I feel like Giants are on this run. I'm telling you right now, Giants, they're on the move. It's surprising for me to even say this. It's so ridiculous to even say this. But I'm taking the Giants.
I think it's more ridiculous to say we're going to take the Jags, right?
Exactly right.
This is like you guys last week taking the Jets, dude. I was like, what? And then they beat the Steelers, and I was like, that's insane. And then they beat the Packers, and it's like, well, okay, is that what's happening this year?
That's exactly what has happened.
Well, they had 5 straight home games. They beat Carolina, they lost to Dallas, they beat Chicago, they beat Giants, and they beat Ravens at home. Now, these are at home games. Mm-hmm. Home is totally different than away.
Giants are undefeated away so far.
And here's my thing, too.
By 1.
Here's my thing.
By 1. Beat Tennessee by 1.
Here's my thing. Are the Giants less of a team than the Texans? Less of a team than the Colts at this point?
No, they're way better.
They're
way better.
And guess who Jacksonville lost to in the last 2 games? The Texans and the Colts. I have to take the Giants.
All right. What's the weather like in Jacksonville this weekend? Because if it's like 95% humidity, I am definitely taking the Jags.
So if those boys are cooking out there.
Playing in Jacksonville is totally different than playing up north in the nice, cool air.
Let's see here. Go to my little weather app.
Duval County weather. Actually pretty cold.
Yeah, it's
Sunday's
cool.
Be...
It's cool. It's nice 80s, breezy.
Oh no.
This is a Giants victory, y'all. I'm calling Giants on this all day.
All right. Your Jacksonville wins.
Look, Jonas, if you want to take Jacksonville, go ahead, man. I'll put it down for you if you want.
I told you should have picked the Jags. I told you.
All right, so Jonas is taking the Jaguars. He's made his decision. It's on you. It's on you, Trev.
This sucks so much. I'm going to take the Giants. I think the Jaguars I took the Jaguars last week, and they let me down against the Colts. And I think the Colts are nowhere near better than the Giants. So I'm going to take the Giants this week and then wait for the Jaguars. I'm going to take the Jaguars when they're playing a team that doesn't have so much energy behind them, so much momentum. So this week, I think Jonas is going to ride the Jags by himself.
That's right.
All right, speed round. 3 games, speed round. Browns, Ravens.
Ravens.
Yeah, we're all going Ravens. Let me put that in. Ravens. Next is Jets, Broncos.
Jets.
Look how fast we all said that. It's 2023.
And that is sad. That is just ridiculous. We're all picking the Jets against the Broncos.
Woo. Bob.
Wow.
It is hard. It is hard to play in Denver though too.
For who? For us?
Like
if we played on a team?
Weather.
It's hard in Denver to play if you're Denver. Is the problem?
Well, I'm saying because
the crowd is too loud for them.
A mile above like sea level, so the air is
thinner. The ball flies easier. The ball feels lighter at higher altitude.
Yeah, but when you're running in thin air, it's hard for you to keep your. You know what I mean? Like
Immortal says it's hard for Russell Wilson to play in Denver. He's not used to that area.
Yeah, it's showing it. Yeah, it's showing it too.
That is proven, right? That's on film. That it is hard for Russell Wilson to play football.
All right, 2 more for the speed round. Texans, Raiders.
Ooh.
If the Raiders lose this, it's because they found every way possible to lose.
Well, Tennessee's got that one tie, right? I mean, Texans got that one tie and their one win, and the Raiders are 1-4.
Yeah, I'm taking Raiders.
I'm still taking the Raiders.
They're a 7-point favorite.
Tell me you're taking the Texans, Jonas. Just let me hear you say it.
Hold on, I'm seeing who's in and out.
He's doing his due diligence. Let him do his due diligence.
Let him do his homework, and then he'll be like, nah. I'm gonna go with Lovie Smith.
Cody, we're streaming the games on the screen. The games that we're streaming are on the screen, guy. Saints, Cardinals tomorrow.
I'm gonna kick myself in the ass, but I'll go Las Vegas.
All right.
I'll kick myself in my butt, man.
I knew you would come to your senses, Jonas. It's all right, man. I knew you'd come to your senses. Seahawks, Chargers.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's a hard one there.
I think Gino's gonna take care of these Chargers because Herbert had too much of an issue with the Broncos. I'm very disappointed in Herbert. Very disappointed. You were supposed to go into Denver and blow them out.
I think Seattle's defense is loads worse than Denver's defense, though, is the thing. If it wasn't for the defense that Denver had, that game would have been totally and Brandon Staley. All right, I think that's part of your problem is you're like on this, I'm going to fade Brandon Staley.
They're pretty close together with points allowed and points per game.
I mean, I'm just being psychological, right? I didn't even do my analytical process of that prediction. Herbert is coming off of a 3-point victory in a game that they should have won in the fourth quarter. Your coach decided not to kick the ball. You could have won the game. The game was already won in the fourth quarter. You decided to not kick the ball, which sent us all into OT. Nobody wanted to be up in OT to watch that game. Nobody. It was completely disappointing.
So,
but
part
the Chargers
of the reason why they didn't kick that
game was pretty close. And the Chiefs are a little bit better than
and
Seattle.
the reason why
Go ahead, Trev.
They didn't kick the ball right there is because their kicker tore his hamstring. So when he did kick that game-winning field goal at the end in overtime, his left hamstring was completely ripped. And so when he kicked that ball, he just fell to the ground. Like he couldn't even hold his own weight up on one leg.
Listen, you
So
got
at
to
that
sacrifice
time,
yourself. You got to sacrifice yourself to win the game. You got to sacrifice yourself to win the game.
But I'm saying there was a little bit more than just Brandon
But
Staley being
way
ego
too high.
maniacal.
I'll take the Chargers with 3. I'll take the Chargers with 3.
Yeah.
All right, so Jonas
Yeah,
going
and so
Chargers.
Herbert.
I think
Herbert,
that's a little bit too high.
All right, and I'm taking.
Herbert is in.
I'm going Seahawks.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say Herbert's still top 5 in passing with fractured rib cartilage, which he's still dealing with right now. Oh, what is this? What is this? What? Sorry, guys. Ad popped up on the stat sheet. I don't know if that was coming through my headphones or not.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah,
You're good.
we're all good.
You did? Yeah, that should
Yeah.
be a sponsor. There's no free plugs on this show. Sorry. But yeah, I was saying he's not putting up the numbers that we hoped Justin Herbert would. You know, he's not keeping up with Josh Allen, at least the way I hoped he was going to do this season, but he's still top 5 with blown out ribs. So I'm still going to ride the Chargers. I'm still going to do it. And
Okay.
what are they? They're 4-2, right? So
Yeah, 4-2.
right, is that right?
Yeah, they're
4-2.
6-point favorites.
So I mean, they're playing like crap. They're winning games they're not supposed to. I'm just going to keep riding them, you know, until they play against Buffalo in the AFC Championship, like I said.
All right. So, man, I'm riding alone on this one. So I'm taking the Seahawks. Trev and Jonas are taking the Chargers. All right, no problem. Next up, Chiefs, 49ers.
I don't even want to pick neither one of these teams.
Hey. Hey, can we get some love? Can we get some love, right, for the Chiefs, man? They tried their best. They tried their best to take the wind out of the Buffalo sails, and they couldn't. They didn't. I watched the whole game. It was fair, except for some of the refs had some terrible calls.
The Colts.
Dude, that's just pity. A
Snap.
pity win.
Oh,
A pity
Listen,
win.
we're streaming.
I
We're streaming this game on Sunday. We're streaming this game. We're all going to be watching it together. I'm going to tell you right now. Someone was watching the tape. Someone was watching the tape against in that Bills game. They were watching that Bills game, and you're going to see someone exploit Mahomes. I'm going 49ers. I am going 49ers. I don't care what nobody has to say. I am taking the 49ers. Jimmy G to the show. Jimmy G's taking the show.
I'm gonna ride with Samuel.
Debo.
Yeah,
My mama gave me that chain.
You guys are gonna make me lone wolf the Chiefs 2 weeks in a row.
The tailback wide out. He hasn't rushed the ball yet, boy. But that's something they are missing. The Niners are. Maybe they need to put him right back there.
Is Trent Williams back in the offensive line? Does anybody know?
Trev, you don't have to.
I'm flustered.
Listen. If I know you want to pick the Chiefs, I know you want to do it, so just do it. I know you want to do it. It's okay.
Even Nick Bosa is questionable.
No, I want to stay biased, right? Like I'm not just, and I do know the 49ers have one of the number 1 defenses in the league, right? So I'm not just going to be like, oh, I'm a Chiefs homer. I'm taking Chiefs every week. That's not me, dude. That's not what I do. I'm going to take the Chiefs. I just looked at I just looked some stuff up.
I'm not going to be biased from my team.
Listen,
bro, I take my team no matter if I'm going to lose or not. Win, lose, or draw.
Listen, I just knew it was going to be the Chiefs show. I just knew. We knew. We just wanted you to go ahead and take that little breath.
That'd be like That'd be like the fire Philadelphia Eagles playing the Bills, and you would hear Jay Reason to say, well, since the Eagles are doing so much better, nope, not Bills Mafia this week.
No, it's Bills Mafia every week. Y'all know that. I don't care. Rain, sleet, snow, or shine. It's Bills Mafia. Yeah. You already know.
So it says the Niners are leading the all-time series between the two teams dating back to '85, 7-6. So with that logic, that's kind of worrisome, right?
Yeah.
We did beat them in the Super Bowl, but that's kind of worrisome.
They beat them by. I had the Chiefs by 10, and the Chiefs beat them by 11.
Shout out Jay. That was nice. Jay Love in the chat. Get me a drink.
Oh yeah, look
All
at
right.
that. Shout out to Jay Love. Shout out.
Right,
Cody Odell, yes, we are streaming 49ers on Sunday, bro. You got your wish, man. Week 7, you got your wish, bro. 49ers, Chiefs will be streamed at 4:00 on Sunday.
And you got to pay $10 to watch it.
$9.99. Join the membership. You guys can watch the games with your boy Jay. Watch the games with
cable.
your boy Jay.
It's on NBC. It'll be all right.
Yeah, or if you got cable NBC, it's totally up to you.
But you should watch it with us. But I'm saying if you don't want to,
If you want to, listen, you don't gotta watch it here.
Cody, I'm Cody. I'm looking
listen,
directly
guys.
at you.
Hey,
Right now.
I listen to this, and I still watch it on TV.
See, the real fans of Jay Reason watch the game and they hop in the chat. That's how you know it's all love. That's how you know. All right.
Yep.
So we got that. I'm going 49ers. Trev's going Chiefs. Jonas going 49ers. We knew that. That was already locked in. Next up, Steelers, Dolphins. This is going to be a crazy one. Kenny Pickett is looking solid. I like the kid. I like how he's developing. I like that they didn't basically just say, go out there and play. They basically let him develop. They've let him shine to the point of, he's comfortable back there, and that defense is that offensive line is giving him a shot to get his plays off. So I like Kenny Pickett in this one. Even though Tua's coming back.
Now, hold on a sec, because Kenny might still be dealing with the concussion protocol. Let me see how he's progressing real quick, because he got laid out pretty good against the Bucs.
That is true. The game is at Hard Rock.
So Pickett remains on the NFL concussion protocol, but the rookie quarterback has been cleared to participate fully in Wednesday practice. So he's back to full-time practice participation. So he might.
I'm right in Miami. I'm going with
they don't
Tua.
have him on. I don't see him here on the injury
Tua,
list.
Hill, and Waddle.
Waddle's questionable. Monster's questionable.
Everybody on Miami's questionable.
But Hill's not.
It's just a prep thing they do. I mean, Waddle has literally been questionable every single week since preseason.
Yeah.
Yep.
So obviously Miami's favored by 7 at home. 45 is over/under.
Oh, TJ Watt for Steelers fans. So not only did he rip his pec, right, and he had to get that fixed, he also just got knee surgery while he's out.
Yeah.
He went ahead and had something fixed on his knee while he's already down and out. So, I mean, either he's going to be out a little bit longer than the bye week is what they said was expected, or your dude's going to come back the $6 million man, right? He's just going to be part cyborg.
If Tua's playing, I think I'm going to roll with Miami.
Yeah.
If Tua's playing.
Tyreek is still leading the league in receptions. Waddle is still number 5. Yeah, I'm going to go Dolphins too.
What do you think, Jonas?
Yeah, I already said Dolphins.
Oh, he's like, you already have my answer.
Tua.
There was no questions in that. There was like no hesitation.
Well, I answered you guys way earlier because I said I'm riding with Tua.
Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, like I said, if Tua's in, then yeah, that's 100%. If he's not in, then obviously, it would have been Steelers. But Tua's coming back. It's going to be a game. And he's going to say, you know what? I shrugged that concussion off. I'm good. Take the W. Last game before we get up out of here, guys. Last game, Monday Night Football. It's going to be your Chicago Bears. All those Bears fans in the chat. All those Bears fans in the chat. The Bears and the New England Patriots. Bears,
I'm going
Patriots.
New England.
Yeah, I mean,
I went against New England last week, and I kicked myself in the butt. Yeah, I'm riding with New England.
Yeah, this is
stop betting against Bill, guys.
Yeah. Stop betting against Bill. Don't bet against Bill. Bill has turned. He went from Mac Jones to this Zappy kid, and he's just turning out
great
quarterbacks.
Fire, bro.
So you taking Pats too, Jay?
Yeah, I'm taking Pats. Okay. Now watch. Just watch how. Just watch though.
On their player list.
Something crazy is gonna happen, and the Bears will win. It'll be like some weird, crazy upset of the week. This is, you know what? This is the upset game. I'm calling it right now. This is the upset game, and we're all gonna be like, see, we all went and picked the Patriots, and look what the Bears did. Someone's got to go with these Bears. And I might just take one for the team.
They only put up 15 points. Their defense is not giving up that many points, but then to put points on the board, they can only put up 15. Come on, Bill Belichick and his offense could get down to the field goal and kick it like 6 times to make it 18.
You know what? I'm gonna
This
take.
ain't no upset.
I'm gonna.
Jimbo says the under's gonna hit.
I'm gonna take the Bears.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take the Bears. I'm gonna break the mold here, and I'm gonna take the Bears. I think this is the upset of the week. There is always one upset of the week now.
We already picked it. The Colts are gonna beat the Titans. We already did it.
That's not an upset. That's like, we already know what to expect. That's a dog fight. This is the actual upset. Monday Night Football, Patriots. Okay, Bill Belichick. If the Bears beat Bill Belichick, this is the upset of the week.
It's not happening. It's not happening, Captain. This game's going to be way out of control.
On a Monday Night Football, I don't know that. That might Monday Night Football may be too much for Bailey Zappi. It may be too much for Bailey Zappi. I'm telling you, it's Monday Night Football, prime time. It may be too much.
You can't kick it on the Mars. Come on, you can't get no air up there. Come back to Earth, buddy. Come on, come back.
Can the Bears fan? Can the Bear fans in the chat please talk some sense into this dude for me, please?
Bears couldn't beat the Commanders. Oh, that's my point. They have to bounce back. They got to bounce back.
They almost did. That game was so good.
It was really
so
close.
high octane. It was so high octane. I couldn't believe the amount of wonderfully executed football plays that were made in that game. It was beautiful.
I'm going with the Bears. I'm going with the Bears.
So you're saying that the same Bears that lost to the Houston Texans,
the ones that
are
moving
Commanders.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They messed it up. They could have beat the Commanders. They messed it up.
So when we're having this conversation, and we're streaming the game Monday night, and the clock ticks, the clock ticks 0 on the fourth quarter, and the score is 21 to whatever, and the Bears are up.
Off the field.
All right, I'm just joking, guys. I'm going with the Patriots. I'm just joking.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness.
I had to get him worked up for the last one. I had to get him worked up for the last one.
We're talking about Bill
There is
Belichick.
no way.
This guy was a defensive coordinator before he ever thought about becoming a head coach. Remember, he had Lawrence Taylor. he runs that defense, man.
Yeah.
He runs that. He might have a defense coordinator, but he runs that defense.
Listen, if it happens though, I'm gonna be so upset. I'm gonna be really upset if the Bears beat the Patriots. I'm gonna be so upset. You know, I'm gonna do a parlay just with that, just in case. Just in case.
A couple dollars.
Yeah, just a couple dollars. Just in case.
A couple dollars of the quarter. Yeah.
Yeah, just in case. All right, guys. That is it for NFL Week 7 predictions. We had some fun tonight. If you have not already, make sure that you smash that thumbs up, and of course, subscribe to the channel. The stream schedule for this week will be tomorrow, Thursday Night Football, Saints versus Cardinals. Sunday, it's going to be your Giants versus Jags at 1 o'clock. Chiefs versus 49ers at 4 o'clock. Steelers versus Dolphins. That's your Sunday Night Football. Bears versus Patriots, Monday Night Football. Make sure you guys lock it in. Make sure that you subscribe, and we will see all of you guys back tomorrow night for Thursday Night Football. Also, for my basketball fans, coming up at 10 o'clock is going to be Dallas Mavericks, Phoenix Suns. Your boy's working. I'm here. We're doing it. We love all sports. All right.
Well, good night, ladies and gentlemen.
Good night, you guys. We'll see you in the next one. Shout out to Jonas, Trev, Wrench Gang, the family, and everyone that was here tonight. We'll see you guys later. Till next time.